appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
All right, welcome to the KBJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. If you were watching, yes, we gave you a quick little false start there. Our computer system is not working properly again, so apologize for that. We're going to try to get that fixed. Got a combo today with the creators and the big dogs, big bosses.
That's good.
Yes, it is good. It's good because nobody listens to me. So we got to...
You need to get somebody on a higher pay grade to get mad.
Yeah, that's it. So.
Oh, Kevin's mad. No one cares.
No, they don't really care. Another temper tantrum from Kev. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Wah, my studio won't work.
Yeah, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Cry to somebody who cares. So, yes, hopefully that will be more effective than my little rants. So... we'll see. We'll find out here in the next couple of weeks.
I do enjoy your rants. When you go to turn into Dickie rants on the air, those are quite entertaining. Because the machine, you see the human, the real human, just a pure frustration.
You see a man snap.
Yeah, I love it. It makes me feel better about myself because I snap a lot.
Yeah, you do.
On you.
Yeah.
I'm about to do it again.
You do.
Well, I learned it from you.
Whatever. I'm so cool as a cucumber.
Always composed.
Never letting them see me sweat.
Yeah.
He's got a temper like a tamale. He goes, Denny's the peaceful, then Kevin, then me and you can be tied for any day.
Any given day.
Any given day. If I'm in a mood.
Which she usually is.
Whatever. All right, now it's going to get real. Then we really will have a fight.
It's kind of the way it goes. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, today is an interesting day of celebration. It's International Left-Handers Day. They say about 10% of the population is left-handed.
His left hand, ironically, is not working well, but he's been left-handed with that TENS machine all day.
I go to a specialist on Monday.
Nice.
Okay. We do not know yet what the issue is. You've had pains in your shoulder, right? Is that what it is? And your arms have been going numb?
My left arm has been numb and prickly for about 30 plus days now.
Yee.
Yeah, and I think I have a small gut feeling that it's fractured.
Oh.
From that fall I told you all about.
Damn.
Which was the fall refreshment? Because there's been a few. I'm trying to sort them all out.
The one off the roof?
Yeah, that one was kind of a hard fall, man.
What the hell were you doing up on a ladder?
Trying to make Spider-Man look over my neighborhood.
Oh, my
I know.
gosh.
How dare I make my...
Dude, you got to hire a guy. You need a handyman.
You are right. You are so right.
You should not have your gimp ass up on a ladder.
I haven't had the best experience with handy men or women.
I introduced you to Corey, my guy. He's tight.
Yeah, you did. He was nice.
He is very good. He is not cheap. He is good. And he is not going to be weird and do weird things in your house like some of the handyman you've hired.
I will say it definitely slows down the masturbation a little. I'm a lefty when I'm a southpaw.
Oh, watch out.
Okay.
Honey face, watch out.
You can't feel anything.
This guy's ready to explode because he can't tug it.
I know, right? That's why all the rage.
Oh, when you do give it to her, she's going to have to brace herself.
No, we don't see each other every day, and there's some times where we see each other for like 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Build up.
And then, are you just tugging like a maniac when she's...
Not anymore, because I have dead man arm. I'm like, it feels like a corpse is jerking me off.
All right, he's not into necrophilia.
No.
Okay. You just can't give yourself proper loving right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
But still, we'll have answers. That's the good thing.
Good.
Yeah. That's all we can ever ask for.
Yeah, because you've been dealing with this for a minute. And usually when your arm goes numb, they say it's heart problems.
Well, if it's a heart attack, I'm having a 30-day heart attack. And that's got to be some world record.
It's been going on for a while. Yeah. All right, so Jbird is trying to rebuild the bird, get himself back in working condition.
Yeah.
That's good. I know you're working on the KBJ Horror Movie. You've been filming on that. And you're just, 2 months away from the premiere, right? Am I doing that? Correct, sorry.
If you're trying to give him a heart attack.
2 weeks away.
Just testing that ticker.
Yes.
Dance, bitch.
We're 2 months away, and I haven't got to your parts yet, but neither one of you.
I know.
You guys have tougher schedules.
Well, we haven't filmed anything yet, but you've been filming every weekend.
Yes.
How much would you say percentage have you got done of the movie?
Well, we're filming and editing at the same time, which is good. That kind of speeds things up. I would say right now we're at about 55 to 60%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I
That's
make this
good.
Did I make this up in my mind that last year, the last time we did, I guess we took a year off last year, but 2 years ago, were some people dressing up like characters from the movie? Did you post up some things almost so people could see that?
People were one dude dressed up as Boog, who was one of my characters from the last movie Anniversary. But yeah, they were dressing up not only with characters from the former KVJ horror movies, but with just characters that we've done here in the studio.
One of my favorites was the husband and wife did a team costume, Suits Screws South Florida. That was amazing.
That was awesome.
So good.
Yeah, any kind of personal little joke we had on the show, people were just dressing up, and it seemed like everyone dressed up.
Well, it's October. You know, we have this premiere in October, and that's Halloween month, and that's when it's the most fun to wear costumes. It's going to be October 11th at the Maltz Jupiter Theater, the same place we did it 2 years ago. But we're going to be doing, all the same fun stuff, the red carpet. We're going to do a question and answer with the director, Steven Jbird.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about some stuff about this movie.
I like it. I want you to do the intro this year. You get up there and you take your time and you say, because it's personal this year.
I kind of wanted Kevin to host it, and because you got a perspective on this. I'm kind of speaking in code right now, but something that's happened that changed the whole landscape of the movie.
Yes.
And I would like to explain that to the audience.
You know Kevin can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I think you can do the question and answer part, but Kevin can be like the host of it all.
I like the idea of us maybe even doing like a little mini podcast before, just to kind of
I'm game for whatever,
to warm up everybody, just to have it kind of lax, and we can have a couple drinks up there.
I love it. October 11th, it's going to be a party. You know it always is.
I'm extremely excited about Kevin's part.
I'm excited to see what it is.
Is he a bad guy or a good guy?
I'm not saying nothing.
Come on.
I mean, I think I'm a better bad guy. I got evil face, the eyes. I mean, you put him to good use.
He's a great bad guy.
Put him to good use. There are people that are like that. I look at some people in some movies, and they've just got a face about them. Own it. If you got that face, I can never be I got to be the bad guy. If I were doing that, I would love to be a bit part character. That guy, you don't know my name, but when you see my face, be like, oh, he's such a great dick.
Yes.
I hate that guy. Love that guy.
There are character actors that are like that.
There are.
It's almost kind of like they knew. Their agent said, look, you have dick face. So you need to
go with it. I'm that guy.
Here you go, Dick Face. This part is perfect.
You're playing a villain. Like Beckett wants to play a bad guy. I'm like, I don't see it, Beckett.
You don't have the face.
Beckett's too cute.
Yeah.
Oh, he's adorable. He's a good guy in every story with that face.
But I do want to see him try to play a bad guy. I think that would be pretty comical.
Yeah, try to be rough.
Yes. Because not all the acting's great in this. Like all of our KBJ horror movies.
Now, I know people do come in costume. I got this from one of our KVJ lifers, Cynthia. Her and I think that might be her daughter. I can't tell because they're in costume. And every time I see her, she's being thrown out of one of our events. So she goes quickly.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the girl from the bathroom line.
Yeah.
That is Cynthia, yes.
I love her.
She said, you're talking about homemade costumes. She said, do we do any kind of costume contest? I think that's what she's looking for. She said it seemed like the judges last time, they didn't seem to notice the brain matter on my Abe Lincoln jacket post-assassination. That was what that was about.
Yeah. So we had judges last year and they walked around the crowd.
Okay.
And they picked their favorites and then we announced them on the stage and they just got their prizes that way. We didn't do a formal costume contest because there's so much going on the night of the movie premiere. I think that would distract from, the movie, which is why we're there. But we'll probably do it again where we have, people in the crowd that are walking around that are looking at every costume and figuring out which ones they like the best.
Yep.
And then awarding tickets, prizes, goodies.
Do it in a way that's efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that worked for us last time.
Now, I know you're not a big costume guy, Kev. Would you dress up for it?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely.
It's special. It's a one-off.
I think the toughest thing for me with costumes a lot of times is I notice how you guys do them. You go out, you research them, you're driving around getting them. Like that's really the biggest problem for me when it comes to costumes is doing the legwork to getting there. Putting on a costume, I don't have any problems with that. It's just, extra projects and running around I try to avoid.
We'll help you out this year. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we could do like a group costume. That'd be funny.
Whatever. I love it. I'll do
cool
costume changes. I don't give a shit. I'm so afraid to swear right now because I know we had some technical issues and I'm afraid that it's going live on the air.
No, this isn't being broadcast. Yeah, nothing will work that I hit a button to, but you're okay. You're not going to be broadcast on the radio.
Thank goodness.
A little gun shy of saying shit.
In fact, with our equipment, we have a harder time being live on the radio. We have no problem not being on the radio. Our equipment's good at that. We don't have the reverse problem, so you're more than safe.
But you're having the meeting today.
We are. Yeah.
Things will change.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit there in the background with my bad guy face on and scowl.
You better fix it.
Yeah. So that'll be taken care of. Yeah, one thing that they used at the radio convention I thought was a neat little tool that maybe we could start using for situations like that, whether it be a costume deal or whatever. They had a QR code on a screen. You put that up and it took you to a link and then you could vote right on your phone. And it was doing real-time voting. So they were asking people questions about, okay, does this apply to you? To find out. It's almost like a live survey of people who do radio. Are you stressed? And 100%. Okay.
100%.
Yeah. So, but those would be the kind of things where you could have several options and then the person could vote and then you get to see it. It's live tallying as the numbers are going up and down. So it's almost like, because we've done that where it's like by applause, you can never tell. You're like, I don't know. You don't, then the second place person's pissed off. Like, you guys didn't hear that? There was more people.
You're so right.
So if you did something like that, it's like, look, it's digital. It's done by phone.
They voted.
Right. I've got an exact number, so you take it or leave it. This is what it is.
That's cool. Is it a program we got to buy or is it just free on your phone?
I'll find out the information on it. I think it's something you can use for free. Is what I got from it.
I like the idea of the people voting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And doing it that way. And you just have people take out the phone. You start off the segment, say, hey, get this ready, open this up. And then you do something else. And then you bring everybody up, be like, okay, here's the people to vote for.
I bet you Rocco could set that up for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, he'd be great for that.
I'll tell him.
Mm-hmm. I'll find out what the program is, and that might be something to do.
He can right now already mimic what the Florida Panthers do. So the Florida Panthers, when we went to that watch party in the stadium, they do this cool thing where they put up on the Jumbotron, it says, scan this QR code to get in on the fan cam. Mm-hmm. And so you put your phone up and you scan the QR code and then you go live. You go live instantly. And then they just have a switcher that switches from person to person to person, and each person goes up there.
Yeah.
Rocco found the application, put the software on his iPad, and showed me that he can do that whole entire program
That's amazing.
in our living room and go live from person to person to person with the switcher.
That's so cool.
I don't know how he does it.
Right off of somebody's phone, so you use everybody's phone as the camera.
Yep.
I love that technology.
And then it's a selfie. It's a selfie style, and then you go live with everybody.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, we definitely could use that for
Definitely.
KVJ live events. I love that. feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. So it's good to have him on the tech team.
It really is.
We got to keep him busy too, because he needs to be working on a project for us, or he'll just start working on other projects that cause me heartache and pain. Like, he thought he was going to help me international shop, and so he was looking for like apps that could help me and ways that I could communicate back, like the WhatsApp app. And he ended up downloading stuff that just put a virus on my phone. And
Yeah.
I got to keep him busy with projects that are stuff that we need done.
Right.
Minus the virus.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing when you go international. There's good ways and bad ways to do it. In fact, if I remember right, I think when we went to Israel, we did a lot of our texting through WhatsApp. And I think, maybe my daughter might do that sometimes when she goes over there. I know you were saying you got a weird charge just by going over there and doing things with just your regular debit card. You got odd fees.
Every single purchase I made, I know what the purchases were because some of them were kind of big. I took Magnolia shopping, and so I know how much the tab was for certain things. But then the next day, all these charges were posting from the same stores, but they were much smaller amounts, and it happened with every single purchase I make. And then I looked into it. It's some kind of assessment fee levied, like a tax, for the luxury of being able to use my American debit card in Italy.
Yep.
I was like, what is that? If I would have known that, I would have just got cash. I would have got Italian cash and used that to buy things.
It's a lot of weird things, and that's the one thing that is a problem. And here they are pushing cashless societies. Oh, it's going to be so much easier for you doing the digital stuff. The problem with all the digital payment stuff is that you have weird hidden little fees, and digitally they can just start robbing you blind.
Yeah, digital is more... like it's dangerous for the consumer, for us, for the people that live paycheck to paycheck, because when somebody gets a hold of your credit card information, obviously, like they're doing in Italy, they're allowed to just keep charging whatever they want on it.
Yeah. You're right about them hidden fees. Is this a new thing? 'Cause I don't ever remember this. For example, if you pay off your credit card and you're down to zero, no balance whatsoever, the next month, if you don't use that credit card, there's a $5 fee you have to pay.
Yeah.
That's new, right?
It happened to me too, and I was livid.
Well, because sometimes if you don't know that you have to pay that, they'll get you for not paying your fee.
And then they're like, you owe us a $25 late fee because you didn't pay the $5, because there's a minimum assessment that has to be on that card, a minimum of $5 per month. Like, for what?
So this is new.
This is new.
It's fucking maddening, and it's fucking up my world.
Well, you know what? I canceled the credit card that pulled that shit. And I would say to anybody, if a credit card pulls that on you, when you pay it down to zero, and then they tell you they're going to charge you $2 or $5 just for the luxury of having that card, cancel that card. Because fuck that card. And even if it makes your credit score go down a little bit, which they say it does, it will rally. Give it a couple months, your credit score will go back up a little bit. You don't want a card that's going to charge you for the privilege of using it after you've paid off the balance.
It screwed over Denny's too. He goes, what? I paid this off. Why?
Same thing happened to Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel I'm not typically a fan of government regulations, but when it comes to some of these fees and things that are happening digitally and the debt that Americans are getting themselves into, it's pretty insane, and I think there needs to be some regulation. There was one student that she was looking at her student loans, and she was saying every day it goes up $300 or something like that. She's like, there's no way ever. It's more than I'm making and I'll ever make with this, and I can never catch up. I will forever be in debt because of the way this is set up.
Damn.
And it's because, you have some credit card fees, you have some loans, and they're asking 20, 30%, whatever it might be. And it's just, it puts you in a situation where you'll forever be indebted. And it's really starting to wreck American society. Everyone is in debt, and everyone has got some kind of problems that are going on. And I don't know how else to do it, because these companies are taking full advantage.
The American government is in debt. Like, our own government overspends. So everybody's doing it.
Yeah, and, it's kind of bad. They say 62% of Gen Z have no emergency funds at all. None. And then they say 2/3 have 6 months or less in savings. And they're just noticing that, my gosh, everyone is in debt. And if you need money like that, if you ever had any kind of medical problem, forget about it. You're just screwed. You just forever are going to be behind.
Speaking of medical problems, Jbird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking to go to Colombia.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It's becoming that kind of problem where it's like, all right, we're getting a radical problem here in America. And there are just some things that are going unchecked. Now, look, you're bringing it on yourself. My wife was telling me the other day, she's like, I had the largest ATM service fee I've ever seen. They were at the Hard Rock waiting to pick me up on Friday night. They had a little time to kill. And of course, the Queen was like, hey, why don't we swing by, Ken? And he's like, don't have to ask me twice. So they went over to the Hard Rock, and I don't know what they're doing, but they had to deal with the ATM. And to get the money and whatever the situation was, the ATM fee was $45.
Get
What?
the hell out of here.
$45 to do a transaction for nothing more than just $45.
The balls of that place.
And that's the whole thing where when these companies are allowed to set their own marker, those are the kind of things that you're getting. And it's a ripoff. It is a crime. You'd be like, well, don't use it. It's like, well, here we are. The problem is that you're forcing us into a cashless society. And then we got so many unscrupulous companies that are playing the digital game of debt and fees and everything else with insane amounts of profit that if the government doesn't do something and be like, we got to put a ceiling on this. You guys don't need that amount of profit. And then that's why you're seeing ridiculously rich people and ridiculously poor people.
And no middle class.
Right. Because of those kind of little things that they've just got us in a bad environment and situation financially where a lot of people can't pull ahead. So time to do something about that crap. It's crazy.
$45 fee. I never thought I'd see one bigger than the one down in Key West. And I think that was like $14-15 to get $20 out.
Where were you, in a strip club?
No, I was at a regular ATM out in the Keys, I would say circa 2002, 2003. Even back then, they had bad surcharges. Is that what it's called?
Is
service charges.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. When you go to places like that, then they charge because they know they got you by the balls. You get into a situation, you're in a bad situation, and then that's when they take advantage of you. And that's why I like things where they have consumer protection. I completely agree. I love all that kind of stuff that they do, and they just need to do more of it. And I think service fees is one of those things, and also the rates.
Interest rates,
all
service
that
fees,
stuff, yeah.
and the balls when you've paid something down to zero, that they can still continue to charge you on that card that's at a zero balance. And then if you don't realize, then assess you a $25 late fee.
Well, it's not even the $5 they make you pay. I mean, I'm like, all right, whatever, $5. I'm not happy about it. It's the problems that come with it. It'll fuck up your world if you're not a person who's always checking the numbers every single day.
You have to check your bank account every day now.
Yeah,
you really do.
Yeah.
You have to watch every single deduction and try to figure out, okay, what's this? What's that?
You're right. It's kind of, that's what I've been doing is I've been trying to look at it every other day when I didn't used to do that.
And all of mine, because of our trip to Italy, are all in Italian, so I can't fucking even read them.
You can't make sure you translate them? I'm sure you have an app to translate them.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
You have to download an app.
Yeah. Well, that's where they get you. They've made a society where we're over busy and the devil's in the details.
Yes.
And you miss one detail and it will cost you a massive amount of money.
Yep.
And
that's it.
It feels like it's a scammy society.
Scammy society.
And that's where, to me, I think regulation needs to step in and realize where companies are being unscrupulous and say enough of that bullshit. If you want to do that, then what we'll charge you in taxes, then you want to play that game, we'll play that game with you.
We'll flag you, and then that doubles your tax rate.
Right, exactly.
If you get flagged for taking advantage of American innocent consumers, then we're going to flag you. You get double taxed.
Right. And I think it's long overdue. They need to look into that. And if we get our politicians working together for the common good of us, that would be one thing to reestablish our society.
Mayor Hare, y'all.
Mayors ain't going to get you anywhere, Virginia.
Politicians working together.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
That's my political rant for the day.
Got a comment here. Jeremy had said, boy, I wish we would have had a camera on Virginia sprinting through the airport and falling up the escalator.
Dude, it was, people were laughing.
I bet.
In Atlanta, people don't care about you or your feelings. And they saw me running. They saw me running with these weak-ass shoes. I basically had on slides because they looked cute with my outfit. But I was trying to jog in them. I don't know if you ever jogged in slides. I fell up the escalator, and all I heard was people laughing behind me.
That is the worst when you do fall in public and you just hear the laughing. I guess you just kind of have to own it. Go, sniper, got me.
Yeah.
I just tried to pick myself up and keep running. My leg still hurts, and so does my finger. It was this one. I jammed my middle finger because my middle finger went in first to the escalator.
Yikes.
Yink, along with my lower shin.
Luckily, you didn't tear that thing off.
I know, right? Because escalators, how they... Ooh, I have a friend who got a toe stuck in one as a young child.
Damn.
Fucked his foot up.
I bet. That'd be horrificappy painful.
He's got toes on top of toes.
Because of that injury?
Because of that injury.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look out.
I'm happy. I got up and kept running.
Yeah. Well, one thing that came up today in a KVJ court was being a step parent and what your kid calls you. There was this stepmom that was upset that they're calling her by her first name, and she just feels a little bit of disrespect with it. She's like, look, I'm giving these kids everything, and I don't feel like I'm getting any kind of respect back. And I said, the conversation was, they're not going to call you mom.
No.
And your husband is right in that, but he can't do something about the disrespect because that is just talking to elders, and he can have a conversation about that. So that is something that you could lay the boom down on.
You can stop doing everything for these kids if they're mean to you.
Yeah.
It's okay to just let them fend for themselves and stop trying so hard.
Also, too, stop being disrespectful. We can, we can make sure that doesn't happen.
Sounded like she's really gone over the edge with her time and her money to try to win their love. And now she's reached the point of exhaustion on that, saying, I've invested enough time and money that I should get more respect. And you're probably right on that, but that doesn't mean they're going to call you mom.
Nope.
So the question here, one from Riz said, I'm wondering if Magnolia calls her stepdad Mr. Kevin. Because you were talking about how you need to say Miss before the name.
She calls him Panda or KK.
Okay.
She doesn't call him Dad.
And Karen was wanting to know, does Magnolia call her stepmom Miss whatever her name is?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. They're curious how she addresses her.
I don't know.
Some of that might be a region thing, too.
But I can tell you, growing up, I called my dad, his wife, Miss Martha.
Okay.
Like, that was the rule.
I think that it might be a regional thing, too, because someone... I was raised by people who lived, up in the north, and I don't think that was, as long as you weren't an asshole kid and you were nice and sweet and polite and had manners, my dad's friend would be Jim. Jim would come over, hey, what's up, Jim? And Jim never was offended or upset about it. My mom's friend Joyce was never upset about it. So I think if they were upset, I would have heard about them if there was any kind of disrespect going on. I think it might be a region thing.
Maybe.
Because you said it's big in the South.
It was big in my house. It was big. Yeah, I couldn't imagine ever calling anybody by their first name.
Yeah, I mean, my Southern family, a lot of people are called Miss Bell or Miss whatever it might be, and so it's MISS. It's used a lot more, at least I've noticed in that area.
If there's like an older lady, sometimes I'll still call her Miss whatever.
I'd fucking hate that if I was that old lady. I'm like, fuck you, you're old too.
I think, the way they look at it is Miss almost sounds like it's a younger thing. It's what you use pre-marriage, so it's almost like being called young when you do that. So not only is it kind of respectful that you're throwing something in front of their name, but it's something that makes them feel like, oh, I'm young and pretty. I'm Miss whatever name. It does sound cute.
Our neighbors, I won't let Rocco call them Michael and Patty. They're Mr. Michael and Miss Patty.
Yep.
And I call them Miss Patty and Mr. Michael.
Yeah, I think every house is different. I think you'll know if there's a tone or if your kids are being rude or upsetting somebody. But I would have heard it from my parents or from these adults if they thought being called by their first name was awful or wrong. So I think it's different for every house.
Yeah, it is.
Different strokes, different folks.
And you're talking about how all your fees from Italy are in Italian, having a tough time. And an email here says you guys are talking about languages. There are so many different countries in Europe where people speak their native tongue, with the countries being so close to each other and bordering each other. If you grow up in Europe, you usually can speak multiple languages. It is said that if you speak 2 languages, you are bilingual. If you can speak more than 2 languages, you are multilingual. And if you can only speak 1 language, you are American.
I like it.
It's very funny.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Some people are asking, with the KBJ Horror Movie, do we have a projected date on when tickets might go on sale, and where would that be, and do we know cost and all that stuff yet?
So it's all going to be at the Maltz Jupiter Theater website, just like it was 2 years ago. I think tickets are $20, very affordable. Same setup as 2 years ago. There'll be a cash bar in the Maltz. Affordable prices compared to the PGA national prices. I'm so sorry about that.
We heard you and we hear you.
We heard you, and I know that was a lot. Those cocktails were expensive, but it was PGA national, and those are resort prices. But at the Maltz, they're a little more affordable. The ticket itself is more affordable. I will tell you this. When they do go on sale, you definitely want to get them early because you can pick your seats at the Maltz. So unlike the PGA National, you can pick your seats at the Maltz. Mm-hmm. I think it's better that way.
Yeah, and I'm not sure we have a date on when they're going on sale, but when they do, get them quick, because I think they're going to be snatched up pretty quickly.
Don't wait. You definitely want to get them on the on sale date, because last year it did sell out, and people were sad that they didn't get to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll definitely keep you up on that.
But October 11th is the date. Put it in your calendar now, and then we'll give you plenty of lead time before the on sale date. That is going to be up to the Maltz.
Karen sent an email. She said, hey, Kevin, 104.3 in Miami is now sports talk. Yeah, they got rid of the Shark, which was the alternative station.
Man, why does radio hate alternative so much?
Well, it's South Florida. It's not radio, because there are some alternative stations. You go to San Fran, they had 2 for a while. LA has K-Rock, does really well.
Still currently it does?
Yeah.
That's good.
Does very well. Chicago would have the Loop. They're just cities where alternative does well.
Seattle. I see it doing well in Seattle.
Yeah, man.
It's more coastal, very liberal cities that love alternative. That speaks to that. And South Florida just doesn't really have that vibe. It doesn't do well. In fact, the Shark and the Miami ratings last book was 20th.
Oh.
It's better than 21.
Yeah, but if you're down in the 20s, then they're not, and you're the only alternative. You don't have any competitors, and you're 20th.
Oh. And you're 20. You have to actually pay to go to work. They make you pay to get in the building at that point.
That's going to be
rough.
That's going to be losing money. And so QAM, which is what they did, they had their AM sports talk, and they moved that from AM over to FM. Because it's hard to get people to the AM dial now, especially with cars and where everything's going. And they were 27th, but they are more optimistic, especially with football season coming up, with everything doing well sports-wise. They said, okay, let's do something different, because your sports talk is on the AM dials in South Florida. So let's put one on the FM and see if we don't have better luck.
Gotcha.
So that's what they're doing. But look, I love alternative. It's my favorite kind of music, and I hate that there's not a broadcast station like that. And I know people often talk about the Buzz that was kind of our alternative rock. In fact, I saw Jeremy Loper when I was there, and we hung out and talked for a good while. Yeah. And he's in a situation where, look, he would love to be back in South Florida doing, what he does. And I said, yeah, I don't know. He's from here originally, and he had a good run on the Buzz before they went away. But that's just what you're faced with. And so putting that on all of our stations that we have here with Hubbard, they do pretty well. And so I don't know that they would look to take a top 5 radio station and take a chance on replacing it with a station that could be 10th or something lower.
The thing I miss about the Buzz was they had that Sunday morning, like easy listening kind of. You'd hear like My Own Worst Enemy, but it'd be a version acoustic set style, or you'd hear a Jack Johnson song you normally may not hear. I loved that. A peaceful Sunday kind of morning show. How they would do it. It was nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, I loved it, and I'd love to see it, but we'll have to see how that goes. Now, Remy said, according to what I found, 97.9 is rated below 104.3. Maybe in Miami on certain things and depending upon the day part. And not in West Palm Beach. There's no way.
Yeah, Remy, whose side are you on?
Yeah, you may not know, being in South Florida, not know that West Palm Beach and Boca Raton, that's one market. Fort Lauderdale, Miami is another. So if you're looking in that, then it's possible. In fact, I'd even still be surprised if RMF was below what the Shark was with the rest of the station. I know KBJ, we pop every now and then. I get an alert, be like, hey, we were. But the other thing, too, you have 3 Spanish-speaking only stations in Miami, and they always are at the top of the ratings.
And people got to realize, too, that a morning show sometimes has different ratings than the overall state. You could look up RMF versus.
Right.
And that's not KVJ.
You got to look at the morning, 6 to 10 a.m. would be our day part, and look at persons 25-54 to see how we're doing compared to that. And, yeah, we'll spike in there and be a competitor. I mean, I've talked to some people in Miami, be like, what the hell are you guys doing, man? You're messing up our ratings down here.
Okay, all right. Remy's made a retraction. We're good. All right, you're forgiven, Remy.
Yes.
He said he filtered it wrong. So he's like, yep, all right, you guys are right.
Yeah, nobody beats RMF. And
nobody
West
beats
Palm.
Kevin on radio stats.
What, Remy doesn't know more than Kevin?
Remy does not know more than Kevin. No disrespect to Remy. I'm sure he's a very knowledgeable guy in some other area.
No.
You ain't going to beat Kevin.
We know. We're just busting your balls, Remy.
Sorry, Remy.
Remy was in the last KBJ Horror Movie.
So sorry about your balls.
But yeah.
They got a little bust.
So we shall see what happens with that. But yeah, I would love to see that. But it goes to show you that when you really start looking at the ratings and how they do radio, and I know people always are on us for the music that we play, and how often we play it, it works. I mean, you're up there to get higher ratings because you get higher advertising revenue when you do, and playing the hits like WRMF does. It is a formula that beats the hell out of songs, but it's effective. It's just what works. And they're into making money.
Yeah, imagine that. The company needs to pay us.
Yeah. So
I want them to make money.
Yeah. So that's it. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how QAM does at 104.3. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to be a huge factor, but if you do like listening to sports on the radio, it's going to be easier for you to get it at 104.3.
Will you listen? Can you hear the Shark up here?
You can't. In Palm Beach, it gets a little staticky.
Okay.
So you can. I think it used to be a Palm Beach station.
It was.
And then they seeded it. It used to be Sunny 104.3, and then they gave it up, and they said it's a better fit in a Miami market.
Gotcha.
And so RMF is like that. We could be either market for the most part. But yeah, I think I saw the stats in Miami. What is it like? I think 30% of the population doesn't speak English.
Wow.
So that's the challenge for English-speaking shows, is you've got a lot of people that don't even listen. And so that's why Miami's a very interesting market. And then they've got a lot of New York shows in there, from Elvis and the Breakfast Club and all that. So it's an odd. South Florida's a weird place when it comes to radio.
It's bizarre.
It is a very bizarre area to do radio. All right, appreciate all your emails. You guys can always get through to us. Mail at KVJShow.com. Excuse me, now that things are not working, I have to go all the way over here to hit a button. Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, there you go. Have to do that. Okay. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Wednesday. We will see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.